everyone, this is Neha from Edureka, and this session is all about ChromeDriver. Let's have a look at the agenda for the session. First, I will tell you what is ChromeDriver and why do you need it. Next, I will tell you how to set up ChromeDriver on your system. After that, let's run a small Selenium script to understand the importance of ChromeDriver. And finally, I will wrap up the session by telling you some of the advantages of ChromeDriver. I hope you found the agenda interesting. Without wasting any further time, let's get straight into the module. First, I will tell you what is ChromeDriver. ChromeDriver is a separate executable that WebDriver uses to control the Chrome. It is maintained by the Chromium team with the help from WebDriver contributors. And we are in the process of implementing and moving the W3C standard, that is World Wide Web Standard. And ChromeDriver is available for Chrome on Android and on desktop as well for Mac, Linux, Windows, and Chrome OS as well. So basically, ChromeDriver is used to launch Google Chrome in order to execute the Selenium test scripts. Simple. And in order to instantiate the object of ChromeDriver, you can simply create the object with the help of the command. You're using WebDriver and creating an object of a new ChromeDriver. So this is how you can just instantiate an object of a ChromeDriver. Having understood this, now let's move further and see why do we need ChromeDriver. So ChromeDriver is an open source WebDriver tool for automated testing of web apps across many browsers. It provides capabilities for navigating through web pages, user input, JavaScript execution, and many more. ChromeDriver is a standalone server which implements WebDriver's wired protocol for Chromium. The main purpose is to launch Google Chrome. Without that, it is not possible to execute Selenium test scripts in Google Chrome nor automate any web application. And that's why we need ChromeDriver to run the test cases on Google Chrome browser. So let's see some of the steps in order to set up the ChromeDriver on your system. First, you need to download the latest version of the ChromeDriver. Next, extract and install it in a specified file location, and then set the properties of the ChromeDriver by providing the path where you have saved it. Simple. Now let's see how to do that. First, I'll go to Selenium official website. I hope you have already installed Selenium on your system. If not, you don't have to worry. You can check out the video on Selenium installation in our YouTube playlist. So now, let's see from where we need to download the ChromeDriver. So I'll just click on the downloads. I'll scroll down. So here you can see you can download the Selenium client. For example, if you're using Java, you can use the Java version. Or if you're using Python, you can use Python, and similarly other languages as well. So in the downloads page, I just scroll down, and under third-party drivers, bindings, and plugins, you will find all the drivers. For example, you have Mozilla Gecko driver, Google Chrome driver, Opera, Microsoft Edge driver, Safari. For all the different types of browsers, we have different drivers that supports every particular browser. So now what I just want the Google Chrome driver. So I'll just click on that. Next, I'm going to choose the latest stable version, that is ChromeDriver 73. And what I'll do? So if you're using Linux operating system, you can download from this link. And if you're using Mac OS, you can download from this link. And as I'm using Windows operating system, I'm going to click on the Windows operating system. Now, I have the downloads. And now I need to just extract it and use the executable file. But I have already extracted and saved my ChromeDriver in this particular location. So I'm going to use this path whenever I'm setting the system properties of the ChromeDriver. Now, as I have already downloaded and saved it in this location, I'll be using the same path in my Selenium script in order to set the system properties of the ChromeDriver. Simple. So now let's move further and run the Selenium script and see how ChromeDriver is useful to launch Google Chrome and execute the test cases. So I have written a small program in order to understand the working of ChromeDriver. So first what I did, I created a class, and inside the main method, first I'm setting the system properties of the ChromeDriver. So this is how I will be setting the system properties. That is, I will use system.setProperty, and the WebDriver is the ChromeDriver, and this is the path where I have saved my ChromeDriver. You can see that. Local disk, Selenium Java Edureka, ChromeDriver, and this is the executable file. Similarly, what I have done, I have written it in the same way. So this is how we need to specify the path of the ChromeDriver in your Selenium script. Okay. After that, the next step is to create an object of the new ChromeDriver. This is how you need to do that. And now using the same driver instance, I am maximizing the window of the Google Chrome browser. And next, I'm deleting all the cookies and giving the page timeout load and implicitly wait as well. And using driver.get, I'm navigating to the Yahoo login page and I'm finding the elements by XPath for username and password. I'll show you how. So this is a Yahoo login page. I will inspect the email text box and I will write my relative XPath. I have an input tag, so I'll start with input, followed by it has an ID attribute whose value is login username. So what I'll do, I'll give @id is equal to within single quotes login username. So you can see here on writing this XPath, it was able to locate the particular element. It means it was able to find the element on the web page. If you wish to know more about how to write XPath and locators in Selenium, you can check our Edureka YouTube playlist on these videos and it gives you a more insight about all these topics as well. So for now, I have written the XPath in order to find an element and send keys like edureka@yahoo.com. So this is a value I have given. And next what I will do, I will use thread.sleep in order to wait for 1 second, that is 1 millisecond. So that you will get to know how it entered the value and then it will again move further. And then after that, I want to click on this next button. So for that, again, I'm writing the XPath and as it is a link, I'm clicking on the link because I cannot send the values because there is no text box present and that's the reason. Okay. So I hope you understood how to write the system.set property and specify the path for the ChromeDriver and then move further. Now let's run and check the output. So as soon as you run the program, ChromeDriver will launch Google Chrome, navigate through the website, that is Yahoo login page, and enter the email address and then hit the next button. Again, if I specify the password and hit on sign in, again it will move further. So you can see here, Chrome is being controlled by automated test software. Yes, but now just tell me one thing. If I have not instantiated an object of a ChromeDriver and if I have not set the system properties, then how will I automate all these things and run the Selenium test scripts? It's highly impossible, right? And that's the reason why ChromeDriver plays a major role in order to execute the test scripts on Google Chrome. Similarly, let's see one more example. So in this, what I'm doing, I'm again setting the system properties of the ChromeDriver, deleting all the cookies, maximizing the window, specifying timeouts. And here I'm navigating through facebook.com and entering the username and password for that. So here I'm using it in a very different way. I'm first creating a web element and then sending the keys, that is the value. After that, I'm just clicking on the forgotten account link text. So after that, I'm creating an explicitly wait in order to wait for some expected conditions, that is visibility of the elements and the elements to be clickable. So that's the condition how I have created my explicitly wait. If you wish to know about implicitly and explicitly wait also, there's a video on the playlist. You can check out that. So now let's run and check the output of this as well. Again, ChromeDriver launched Google Chrome, navigated through facebook.com, entered all the details, that is first name, last name, and it also hit on the forgotten account link. So here you have to specify. Got it? So this is how ChromeDriver will help you in launching Google Chrome and navigating to the further website and perform actions on all the web elements and run the Selenium scripts on the web page. Now say you want to launch a Google Chrome and run the Selenium script in Python. So let's see how to do that as well. So you can see I have written a Python script in PyCharm. First, what I will do, I'll just import the Selenium Webdriver. And here I'm giving the driver instance and I'm using webdriver.chrome and specifying the path for ChromeDriver. Okay, so this is where I have saved my ChromeDriver. So I'm just using the path of that. In one statement, everything is done. So I'll be writing driver is equal to webdriver.chrome and followed by this thing. Next, what I will do, I will use driver.findElement by XPath in order to locate a subscribe button and hit on that. So I'm using youtube.com Edureka in, that is the Edureka YouTube channel, and then trying to hit on the subscribe button. Now let's run and check this as well. Again, ChromeDriver launched Google Chrome, navigated through Edureka YouTube channel page and hit on the subscribe button. So it's asking for sign in and you can go for it. Okay. So I hope you understood how to run Selenium script by setting the system properties of ChromeDriver. Now let's move further and see some of the advantages of ChromeDriver. So basically it helps in launching Google Chrome, as you all saw that just now, because without that it's not possible to launch a Google Chrome. And next, it's very quick because it provides a reliable performance, because as soon as you execute this script without wasting much time, it will just launch a Google Chrome and then navigate through your particular website and performs actions on that. And also it provides a standalone server which implements WebDriver's wired protocol for Chromium. So that's all about the advantages. As most of us prefer Google Chrome, we feel very comfortable in using ChromeDriver and execute the test scripts on ChromeDriver. If you wish to know how to execute the test scripts in Firefox and how to use GeckoDriver for that, stay tuned for the next video on GeckoDriver. So that was all about this session. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any queries, you can comment in the comment section below and we will reply back to you at the earliest. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you and have a nice day.
I hope you have enjoyed listening to this video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries, and we will reply them at the earliest. Do look out for more videos in our playlist and subscribe to Edureka channel to learn more. Happy learning!